everyone, and welcome to Glenwood Sports as we are about to introduce the JV wrestling tonight against Plattsmouth Blue Devils. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Barrett Auto Center, Best Finish Auto Sales and Service, Sharp Street Groomers, Glenwood State Bank, Marty Stavas State Farm Insurance, Jim Hughes Real Estate, El Porton, Ace Trope Insurance Services, and Glenwood Home Services. Once again, welcome tonight and get ready here. The JV is going on right now. I'm going to be joined tonight by Eli and Isaac Bales. We got the Bales brothers here tonight, folks. Yeah. So hopefully we're going to have a PG-13 at least broadcast. But being Tony's boys, you never know. But once again, I'm going to turn it over to them. And we got Carter Benson on the camera here tonight, but enjoys tonight's action.
All right, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Isaac Bales. I'm here with my brother Eli. Eli, how you doing, big man?
Oh, I'm doing great. Good night for a duel. First one, well actually second one here at home this season. And tonight we got like you said, the Plattsmouth Blue Devils, and they're coming off a big win from Scott. And that's a pretty dominant win, I'd say.
That's a huge win.
Yeah, Scott's won the last 20 out of 21 state titles this season, so that's something I would say is pretty significant.
Yeah. Especially Class B, right?
Yeah, Class B for them.
That's insane.
But Plattsmouth is coming off, not last year, but 2 years ago when we wrestled them. Glenwood did beat Plattsmouth when they were the Class B state champs, dual champs. And that's a win for Xander Hayes from Glenwood down there for your JV match. But tonight for your varsity, what we got so far is for our ranked wrestlers from Glenwood, we have Brett Maurer. He's a senior in Class 3A. He's third, and he will match up against Trick Gills. But, there's rumor going around, I'd say. I think they're going to bump their 70-pounder. He did weigh in at 182 today. But, and he's fifth in Class B, so maybe we can see a good match there. Maurer's been pretty dominant this season, I'd say. He is 24-1 coming in. He had the second place at the MAC. It's pretty big, and Southeast Polk champion, so.
Oh yeah, Brett, great wrestler. He works hard in the wrestling room. He's has a great determination. It's gonna be a good match tonight.
Yeah, I've been partners with Maurer in the wrestling room, and he's a goer. That's all you can say. He's worked for everything. Yeah. He started wrestling in 7th grade, and ever since then he's just been on the uprise from it, and maybe some wrestlers that we'll see tonight is Noah Carter.
Is he? I thought he was injured.
No, he's coming back tonight. He weighed in today. He wrestled 195. Probably tonight he weighed in at that weight, but he could bump.
Awesome.
But
That's huge for the Glenwood lineup.
Yeah, Glenwood's been kind of struggling this season, and dual team are 4-3 on the season with wins over Southwest Iowa, St. Albert, and Riverside, and Trainer. And we're right in the middle of the pack for the Hawkeye 10 as well. But
awesome.
Yeah, Isaac, you've wrestled at the state tournament, and you've been through the whole season, and it's a grind. So what would you say for this is kind of the halfway part of the season, I'd say. So what would you say for wrestlers and fans out there? Like, what's it like going through that grind through the season?
For me, it was just it was a grind. You just in the middle of it, it's hard. It's just. You're getting tired, the season's getting old, but you just gotta find it in you, dig in deep, and just keep on pushing, and towards the end, whatever happens, but, you just try to work for, those wins, and that was just my deal.
Yeah, I've been down on the mat for the state tournament, and that's just it's an unreal environment. I couldn't wrestle, it's watching it down there and having
hundreds of people just eyes on you. It's incredible feeling, though. Incredible feeling.
Exactly.
Ton of fun.
And being on the medal stand the past 2 seasons, I imagine that'd be a huge accomplishment for you. And,
oh yeah.
And bringing back, we had a state champ last year, Caleb Sanders, and Anthony Sherry, another place winner, and Maurer is just right up there, just one win away, and then Trevor Anderson as well, and those guys are in the stands tonight. And so Caleb Sanders is now playing football at South Dakota State, and just coming off the semifinal loss to North Dakota State. That's a pretty dominant team up there. So I would say that's a
Trevor Anderson though, wrestling for Grandview. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
honestly,
I've heard
you know?
he's won a couple open tournaments
Oh,
up
yeah.
there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would say that's pretty impressive. And
I mean, Grandview's not an easy school. You know, they're very tough in wrestling.
yeah, and with Anthony Sherry at Iowa State too,
Exactly.
wrestling,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but he's pretty injured still, working with that elbow. But
Mhm.
otherwise, it's been the Rams this season will wrestle at after this. They'll have a break right after this duel, and they'll be at the Mendenhall tournament, which is a tough tournament. I mean, you've wrestled in it, I've wrestled
Oh
in it,
yeah.
and it's not Bayshire or Urbandale yet, but I mean it's still
It's getting there. It's very tough wrestlers there.
Oh, I remember even watching the best match I've ever seen at that Mendenhall tournament was Billy Higgins and Joel Shapiro. They were wrestling on the
That's
side of the
right.
mat there,
Mhm.
and there was a huge crowd. I mean, it went absolutely nuts. It might have been the funnest thing I've ever seen. But that in your experience at the Mendenhall tournament, and Glenwood seems to they not teams from Class 3A, since we are 3A, one of the only 3As in Southwest Iowa. They go to all these tournaments in Des Moines. And what would you say as a wrestler how that's helped you to get to the state tournament for where you're wrestling that competition year round and you're used to it?
You know, going to tough tournaments just makes you a better wrestler. It's obvious.
Yeah.
You know, you go against good competition. You know, you just get better. You know, and our coach with Coach Ashton, you know, great coach. Love the guy. He's awesome. You know, and that's what he just wanted for us. You know, was just to keep pushing. You know, going to these tough tournaments and just grinding it out and just being a better wrestler. You know, and that's what I really like about Glenwood wrestling. You know, we just try to find the toughest competition.
Because you gotta be able to compete with the Southeast Polks
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, the
Oh,
Fort
yeah.
Dodges,
Oh, yeah.
the West Des Moines Valleys. I mean, heck, you wrestled Bo Lombardi
Oh, yeah.
4 times
Oh, yeah.
last season.
Great athlete, you know, dude's strong as an ox, but
Yeah, but that's just the thing that you got to do nowadays. You can't be going to you can't be wrestling. No, not saying anything. But you can't be wrestling at the Dan Hills.
yeah, no,
and that's not gonna make you a better wrestler.
No, I completely get it, totally.
But it's just getting to that time of season where wrestlers, like I said, are just getting to the part where you get 2-pound allowance, and that's pretty big, I would say, because sometimes during this season you have kids that are cutting down from 170 down to 160, and you get those 2 pounds. But that probably was never really a problem for you, I'd say.
No. 220, I was a fat boy, you know. I could eat whatever I want, I'd be chill, you know, and oh yeah, you know, but I've done my share of cutting weight before. Just a little bit.
I don't know if you have, to be honest.
Just a little bit.
You're still eating as much as you could at home. I'm saying that, but
Back in like when I was a little lighter, 170, you know, a little heavier.
yeah, I remember.
Cut for that. It's no fun, but you know.
Well, for some JV matches that we have going on right now, we have Hoffman out there, and the score is at 9-5 from the second period in 195. And the JV, with the JV matches, honestly, I hated wrestling in them when I was in front of everybody. It's just you, everybody's watching you. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go out in a JV match. But these matches make you, I think they make you a better wrestler in the day. And sometimes even what Glenwood does, they sometimes have you wrestle a JV match before, and then you go and wrestle a varsity match.
Oh yeah.
Just to get you prepared for it. But
You know,
let me see.
you know, they have a lot of new kids this year too. A lot of new kids, you know, for the wrestling room, and you know.
I mean, a good number, 33 wrestlers coming out.
That's that's huge. That's huge.
But Glenwood does have some shoes to fill this season.
They do.
Like we're saying, they lies.
I mean, our class and your class even, you know, it's just that's gonna be a big loss anyway, you know. And,
but I mean, those kids can step up. That's for sure.
Yeah. I have no doubt.
I would still say that Glenwood is top heavy for with having a couple seniors up there, and I mean with Nick Gill, Mason Gravenstein, Brett Maurer, Cole Mayberry, Logan Fornoff, and Hunter Hackstrom. From them on up, we're pretty. I would say those are solid weight classes. You know, the lighter weights, it's kind of hard to bounce back with duels when you're open at 13, 20, and 26. You're already down 18, or you're already down that many points. So
No, exactly.
But getting pins is what it's really all about, I'd
Oh,
say.
yeah.
And
And,
getting the
Glenwood's-
bonus points in these duels is
Glenwood's
huge.
always struggled, with the lighter weights. It's always been
Yep.
an issue, but we try to fill those in, and eventually we come back. But
Yeah, because for getting into regional rankings for duels should be coming out here pretty soon, and I don't know if Glenwood would be in the top 24 like they've been the past few seasons, but
oh yeah,
I don't know. Your opinion on it. I've kind of honestly hated going to Indianola on a Wednesday night to go wrestle
yeah,
the duel that
no,
that.
yeah, I completely get that. That was always frustrating. Well, I also heard the state tournament this year is now seeded.
Yes, yeah.
And that to me is just
That I love it.
that's awesome. No, that's why. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm just saying. Back in when I was wrestling in high school,
Yep.
that a lot of situations, it would have just been nice to have that. But
Yeah, and I think the seeding of the state takes away like what happened last year. You have Anthony
exactly.
Sherry, who's ranked second, and you have Joel Shapiro, who's ranked number one, wrestling in the quarterfinals. Where a kid that he beat from Waukee in districts was the state runner-up.
Exactly.
To me, that's not fair at all. But there's people who have their views on it that's saying that just how Iowa wrestling is how it just makes it so fun and so different from other classes and other states because it's not seeded and you get to see those high intense matches in the first couple rounds. But I don't think that's fair. Because
it just screws most people over. That's just my opinion. I mean, like you said, there's both sides to it, but
yeah, and the seeding criteria is going to be what it's like at the Mid-America Center. It's through Trek Wrestling. It's honest. It's favoring the kids who've wrestled in the summer, the kids who have placed in the previous years of the state tournament. That's what they look at, and that will get you a high seed in the state tournament. But and looking back on it too, it is really fun to watch those high matches that happen in the first couple rounds. But I think a state champion should deserve to have the best match in the finals.
Definitely.
So we're still finishing up JV matches here. I think we have.
I think this is
Cameron Schutte. And I'm sorry, we don't know who the Plattsmouth kid is. We don't have a roster for the JV matches, but coming in on collar tie here with Cameron, he's.
You look at his brother. He plays basketball and stuff.
No,
and
he didn't play.
Not this year.
No, he's a baseball player. This is Cameron's first year wrestling too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's never really seen him wrestle before.
Yeah, he just needs to keep his. It seems like we love getting in collar ties, but he needs to get his head up on the outside and take it. You could do a standing sucker drag right here, as Cameron should be doing. He needs to continue to pace and circle out of that because.
Feel the hands, fight the hands, and that's huge. Straight separation and work in your shot.
He needs to base back up, get to his stance, and that's a good takedown, though.
Get out, yep.
Building a base, really.
Thing here is, just getting off your knees, just finding that, building your base, working your way up.
But it's hard. I agree with these first year wrestlers. This sport's just so technical.
It's different. It's just so different, and
so much word lingo that you're saying with
exactly,
stuff.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Like sucker drag and a cow catcher. Like who I'm sure kids do not know what that means whatsoever. But there's not a lot of action here on bottom right now, and Cameron just needs to keep a nice base and build back up to his feet, and there, right here, just keep stepping up in the knee slide. This is no. And that's a thing with first year wrestlers.
They always
reaching,
go for the back.
Yeah,
always go for the head.
Always reaching back for the head. But
I've done my share of that. Even senior year. I've done that before. I caught myself. I'm like, dang it.
Scores 2-0 Plattsmouth right now, and Glenwood's Troy's. Shooty will go neutral here. And that's what I say. I always like going neutral. I hate being on bottom. When I'm on bottom, oh my gosh, it's the most tiring thing I've ever been through.
Yeah, I just
Nice
think,
shuck by
good.
Nice JJ right to the back.
Perfect.
It's a good takedown there.
Oh,
Just stay behind the
behind
arms.
the arms. Careful. Behind the hips.
Yes,
That's what Coach Ashley. And
that's
I remember just Ashley and Boothie always getting on me in the wrestling room. Our coaches, they just stay behind the hips. Just get the points. If you have it, if you have the pin, obviously run with it. But
And that's just inexperience in mat time.
Yeah,
And that will come and that will click.
Definitely.
You just staying here with a tough ride, going with the cross wrist. Cameron just needs to keep his head up and power up, just like that, just like he did last time. But watch the cradle right here. This is a perfect situation for it. That he's probably setting up is when he has the cross wrist. He'll come up and lock up the cradle from the backside.
And that, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's just hand control. It's huge. It's huge. Peeling off the hands, keep moving. Make it harder.
Needs to look away.
Yeah. Flying off his back is good.
And that's the thing. You just need to go crazy when you're on your back in this situation.
Exactly.
That's a pin for Plattsmouth.
Beginning wrestlers, you just get so tired. You just get on your back. You really can't do anything. Let's just freak out and spaz out.
Yeah, I agree. But
last JV match.
No, we have 2 more. Well, 1 more after this match.
Oh, okay. Nope. Yep, you're right. Noah Clark.
Noah Clark, and we think. Noah Clark and I think Ben Yoder from Plattsmouth here. Noah Clark, another first-year wrestler. That's the thing. That's a new thing this year that I'm kind of seeing is a lot of football players coming out to be on the mat, and I really does think it helps personally.
Being a multiple sport athlete, it helps. Wrestling helps in football. Football helps in wrestling.
Yep, and I agree. It makes you a better tackler on the field. So that's another shuck by.
Once you get your big boys, Yep.
And it's a big thing with these heavyweight matches. Like watching Sanders last year, he would go into matches that would last a lifetime. He'd be in sudden victory, and getting the first points is huge.
Well, especially in heavyweight, it's just neutral most of the time until the coin toss, and then it's just
trying a backside trip there by Clark. Low single right here if he snagged it. Oh. Ref stops the match here. Headbutting here. That's just I haven't really seen that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But no, these heavyweights, they need to get in their shuck buys, and that really works for them. But getting these points and getting them to the ground is really what determines these matches.
I remember watching Caleb last year, that was his main thing, just shuck by to just single leg,
Yep.
Always there.
No, they're good heavy hands there.
Great heavy hand.
Another stop. We got a 1 penalty point for clubbing on the back of the head.
Yeah, I've never really seen that either. That's pretty rare,
Well, it's just if it gets a little over excessive. And he did give him a warning, but trying to shake hands there.
Right.
There's another shuck by right here. He's trying to set it up.
He needs to work on the inside side, Keep working on the inside.
Yeah, it's just hand control up, and even on your feet is where these JV wrestlers just need to, and pushing the pace, because most kids will break.
Especially in heavyweight, heavier guys,
There's a snap
tired.
down.
There we go. Get behind the hip.
Now block off the back arm.
Get that bounce.
And that's the period close.
Great aggressiveness, though, by Noah.
And see, like I said, that first point was huge. Even if it was a penalty point, he still gets the one.
Exactly.
Plattsmouth to choose bottom here. Keeping him flat is really what.
Just stay heavy on the hips, you know, keep pressuring forward.
There's a cross.
Start working something.
Suck back there. Oh.
Work there, try to get the wrist. Going across, trying to get a butcher.
No, there's your
can.
move back in the day, my
Oh,
God.
yeah, the butcher.
He needs to stick his hand. He needs to place the shoulder. Once he places the shoulder, he can reach his arm under the back side, and he can run his head around.
There. Just need to work
he needs
that.
to get him flat
Just needs
first.
to break the hips. There you go. Running around. Other way. Oh, he had it. He had that chance.
Keep him flat. It's just, like I said, it's just experience on the map for these guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, yeah. Butcher back in high school, that was the go-to.
He just needs to walk around the head. He keeps needing to walk the wrong way, but there
we go. Getting the half. Tee out. There we go.
On his toes, and
there
then gets a ball for Clark. We should have one more JV match after this.
Cole Lewis.
Oh, I don't know for sure. They don't have the. Yep, we do have Cole. Yep, you're right here.
Cole Lewis, yep. Freshman.
We got Xander Rodriguez and Cole Lewis.
Yeah.
Now, you know these heavyweight matches, I'm just more action is what would be best. But, you know, that's just how they are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's big boys, you know. Get tired easily.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, even in 220, like, you'd be surprised. Some of those guys, you know, it would just be, you know, shorter, you know, a little thicker guys, and then there'd just be these shredded dudes, you know, just keep on. They would not stop, you know, and...
Another nice shuck by Cole Lewis. Oh, he just lost his balance. He had that.
Control of that. Good shuck by, though. Just needs to build his base. He just needs to work the hands.
Spiral right down.
Oh.
That was mean crossface. He has the butcher pretty locked up here. It's a little more experience for this kid.
I watched this kid last year. You know, he's not a bad wrestler, not a bad heavyweight.
He needs to keep fighting there. You gotta know where you're at in this situation.
Yep.
Keep fighting, way to work. Just keep building the base. You know where you're at. 45 seconds left. And we'll be out here in just a sec.
Yeah.
Right.
Those cross faces don't look fun, man.
and the key thing for Glenwood tonight is they will be open in 3 weight classes at 13, 20, and 26 is just be getting bonus points and having everybody else stay off their backs. If we don't give up bonus points and we're getting bonus points, this duel could be going either way, especially when we're matching up on the top side with I would say our heavier guys, with Mauer maybe having that 170-pounder bump up, and 2 ranked kids at 95 and 220. But, you know, Cole Mayberry, Logan Fornoff, and Noah Carter in that mix, I really think there are...
Definitely going to be interesting.
I think they can give these kids a match, and they've always give each other matches and wrestle off, so...
Definitely. Move back. Just need to keep fighting.
That's a thin Plattsmouth.
that will conclude tonight's JV wrestling match. Tonight's wrestling match is brought to you by Bear Auto Center, Best Finish Auto Sales and Services, Sharp Street Groomers, Glenwood State Bank, Marty Stavis State Farm Insurance, Jimmy Hughes Real Estate, El Porton, A-Strope Insurance Services, and Glenwood Home Services. Since 1946, the A-Stropes have been providing insurance to our surrounding communities. A-Strope Insurance Services is now located in the Glenwood Plaza at 904 Sharp South Locust Street. Give Aaron or Valdine a call at 712-527-3189. We will be back on shortly.
Alright, we're back here. We're about to get our varsity duel started. We're going to be starting here at 170. Let me see here.
The Mason Grafenstein from Glenwood. And Turret Gills for 182.
At 106 for Plattsmouth, we have Nail Nielsen, and for Glenwood, Dalton Bell. $113 for Plattsmouth.
We have Dominic Chirick.
And Glenwood's open at 113, 120, and 26. We have Brock Bashis for Plattsmouth.
And Riker Case for Glenwood. Josh Colgrove and then Drew Gill for 138.
One 145, we have Zach Nielsen and Michael Radford. And 152, we have Caleb Laney and Juan Sherry.
And we have Nick Gill for
They're
160.
And Plattsmouth is open at 160, so it does look like they will be bumping.
We have Jaden Wooden for 170, and then for Glen we have Mason Grafenstein.
We have Jewett Giles at 182. And ranked third in Class 3A, Brett Maurer. And you have Drake Rader in Class B, ranked 6th, going out against Cole Mayberry at 195.
And for 220, we have Devin Pfeiffer, ranked 3rd in Class B, against Logan Fornoff from Glenwood.
We have Trevor Nielsen for Plattsmouth going up against Hunter Hackstrom. Tonight for our heavy, I think we can match up. I still don't know if Noah Carter is going to be in the mix, but there we'll be back. We're going to have the national anthem here.
Yep.
All right, here we'll get going here.
We are back.
Starting up at 170.
170 again with Jaden Woodwin from Plattsmouth, ranked 5th in Class B, versus Mason Grafenstein from Glenwood.
Yeah, this is Mason's first year, I would say, as a senior, kind of getting some varsity time in the lineup. And, that's always big. Just in these types of duels, it's almost more, I don't want to say experience always wins, but it's kind of in these big duels at home, you're a little nervous, but, you just, especially against kids that are ranked and you're unranked, why not? You just go out there and give it all you got here.
Exactly.
We'll give it started here.
You know, Mason, I've wrestled with him in the wrestling room. He's been my partner a couple times. You know, really strong kid. Grip like none other. You know, he just has heavy hands. You know, he works in. Not really, doesn't really shoot at all. He just heavy hands.
Gonna try stuck by attempt here by Jaden Wooten.
Trying to set up. Oh,
Single leg here, we're out of bounds. Yeah, Mason just, I would say for him, he needs to stay out of the upper body collar ties and just do what he knows best.
you know, just taller kid. You know, he just needs to move his feet too. That's a huge thing in this sport. You know, you just have to move your feet.
Just push your offense. Don't be going by anybody else's pace.
Exactly.
Nice little drag by here.
Going in, Mason coming in for the leg.
Mason needs to stand up and circle back up to his base
work
here.
His base. Yep.
And there we go, just like that. Kind of almost given up on his shot attempt today. I thought he had a good shot in, but good defense by Mason. And 2-on-1.
In shots like that, you know, you just have to have confidence. You know, just finish it through. It's not there, it's not there.
I mean, going in, we got 30 seconds here in the first, and a nice low ankle shot here. Swizzer hard, and that's two. Oh, close. That's two here for Plasmid. Oh, and you got a cradle, cross-face cradle lock. Oh, that's pretty tight. Oh,
Just
slipped
out
out
of
the
that.
back.
There you go. If
Yes.
he works to hold the, hang on to that arm though. He just hangs on the arm. You can work
See,
with
and
that.
that's where I say experience comes in with wrestlers like this. Just getting out of the funky situations.
Exactly.
Needs a fight here. But one time. 4-0 after the first for Plattsmith. Jaden Wooden. Red's choice. Red defers. Glenwood's choice.
Gonna choose down. Oh, he's gonna choose stop. Oh, my bad. He said stop.
And a first move, it's big for these guys. Is if you get a first move, you set the pace, and there's almost a standing switch right there. Need to hip into him right here.
Up. Hold on to it.
Still nothing lost there yet.
So you hang on to those like
Swim
drive. Work with that now.
Got to work off the legs here. He's going to be caught locked hands. See,
Yeah.
exactly. You can't be just hanging on the legs like that. And even if your hands just touch, you'll have a locked hand penalty right there. So we'll have one red. He's up. Jaden's up 5-0 for the Blue Devils.
You know, for a new wrestler, that's, you know, you see that a lot. You know, just.
Yeah. Low single here, still has control. Nothing
Hang on to
lost
that leg.
yet. Needs to get to a corner and get back. And that's a reversal to 7-0.
Plattsmouth.
There's that cross-face cradle he's trying again. He has a pretty. But Mason just keeps slipping out the side there. So, that was a pretty quick 2 back, I'd say. But up 9-0. I mean, Mason just keeps wrestling with this kid. You know, what I've always learned is that if you're not on your back, you're always in the match. So
Exactly. And just scramble, you know.
anything can happen, that's for sure. And there's a Butcher locked up here pretty.
That's pretty tight. Just needs to
Fight off his back.
Keep.
And that's a fall for Plattsmouth. We have Jaden Wooden with a fall over Mason Grappenstein. Your Blue Devils will go up 6-0.
And next for 82, we have Tourette Gills versus Brett Maurer. And Brett is ranked 3rd in Class 3A for Glenwood.
Maurer this season's been pretty successful. Like I said earlier, they were 24-1 with a runner-up finish at the pretty hefty tournament, the MAC, and a Southeast Folk Championship. And, you know, he beat 2 ranked wrestlers up there with Will Hull and Alex Blizzard, are 2 really tough wrestlers from Bettendorf and Iowa City West. Oh, Maurer got his leg band out there.
Like I said though, Maurer, he just has a drive, and
Yeah, for sure you won't. He's got one of the best
Work-
conditioning I've seen.
great work
especially-
ethic and the
And that's how he wins those close matches, is having the nice.
kind of a unorthodox wrestler,
Yeah.
but he gets it done. I can
Just
tell you that.
kind of a kid's coming out a little out of control here.
Oh yeah.
Maurer's big shot here is an elbow off to the backside leg that he usually sets up. And he can hit that shot all day long. I've seen it. Right there. See if he keeps working that, and he'll push into it, and he'll have it. Right
There.
Nice
Beautiful.
high crotch.
Working up.
Just needs a
Clean
finish
that up.
here.
Trip the leg.
Nice
There you
backside
go.
trip. 2 points. Maurer up 2-0.
Yeah. Break him down.
Good tight waist. Lets him go. You know my opinion on that. I'd rather just
Get the match over
get the
with.
kid and get it
Yeah,
done with.
I get it if you're a good wrestler, but
Another low
I don't
outside
know.
single from Maurer. Just needs to get the corner.
table top it. There. Beautiful.
There's 2.
And once you pinch those
Leg
legs
turk
in
here
there,
that Maurer's been working all week in practice. When I've been in the room. Yeah, like Ashley's saying out there, he needs to elevate that leg, and just
There
like
you
that,
go.
there's back points. And here's the
Yep,
fall
and
coming right
there's-
here.
Right there.
And it's a fall for Brett Maurer, and that'll tie it up 6-6.
Next at 195, we have Drake Raider, ranked 6th in Class B. And we have Cole Mayberry, goes to 195.
Cole's just one of those wrestlers that's just pretty much an athlete, and
Oh yeah, strong kid.
he can be out here in any single. I think you could see this kid at the state tournament here in February, but getting this kid just some mat time, especially against good competition right here, and
Definitely.
I wouldn't say he's an undersized 95-pounder either.
Oh
so.
no, not at all. Big kid, big strong kid. Like you said, he's an athlete.
Trying off right away with a shuck by. Another attempt at a shuck by. Going upper body here with the left.
Beautiful.
Bring him down to the
Get
mat,
around.
and that's 2.
2.
It's a good way to just roll
Big
with
point.
it, Mayberry.
Needs to break him down again.
And he's
There
attempting
you
a
go.
JJ right here. I've never seen that from the referee's position here. And we're on the edge of the mat here. I think we'll probably call out. Still control for Mayberry up 2-0 with a nice takedown with a kind of a little try to lat toss there, and just
Yeah.
kept moving his feet and ended up on top. This would be a big match for Glenwood if they can get this. Got 1:14 left in the first. Tries with a half. Oh. Close to a full Nelson there, Cole.
In a
Need to keep his
situation
hip
like
flat.
that. Oh, my.
Nope, not here. Just way to roll through with it. Yes.
In a
Needs to
situa-
keep that wrist right there and keep him flat. And when he has the wrist and he can be flat, then he can start running it.
Exactly. In situations like that, you just need to break the hips down. That's everything. What's holding him up is those hips.
Yep.
You
That's
break those down.
escape for Drake right there. 2-1 Mayberry. Got about 30 seconds left. Hey, exactly like I said in the beginning of this, why you get wrestling a ranked kid? You're unranked. Why not go for the big stuff right away and see what happens? And make it a match. I mean, see going upper body here again with an over underhook. There,
Right there.
right to his back.
Beautiful.
That's 2.
To hold it.
And that's the
Yep,
fall for
there's the
Mayberry.
fall.
That's a huge pin right there for the Rams. Being 6th in Class B, 3A, or Class B, excuse me, Drake Raider from Plattsmouth. That's a huge fall for the Rams. Puts them up 12-6. That's a big fall. He's got to see exactly why not try it. Tries the backside trip, puts him right on his back, and sticks him.
Huge win. At 220 now, we have Devin Beefer.
Beefer.
Pfeiffer.
No,
Both wrong.
He's a Beefer.
Well, he's ranked 3rd in Class B with Logan Fornoff for Glenwood. Right now, the score is 12-6 Glenwood.
That's a nice high crotch there by Beefer. Fornoff needs a belly. Go. Keep his hips
Fornoff.
back. He's a strong kid, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Snap down, bounce the head. You just stay out of the upper.
Oh,
right
and
through
he
his back.
holds it! And he has it! Beautiful!
He might. Keep him
He
flat.
needs to hold the flat strong.
That's
Just
awesome.
hold it tight.
Hold it
come
tight
on,
there,
come on,
Fornoff.
come on.
Hold it tight. This would be a big fall for the Rams.
Oh, come on, Fornoff.
Come on, back with it. Go.
No, let go of it. Let go of
And
it.
he reverses. But
I mean, that kid, though, I wrestled with Logan, in the wrestling room, 220, short, stocky dude, very strong, in situations like that, when I wrestled 220.
Oh, that's a
hey.
big crossface coming out of the left field from Pfeiffer.
No, he's just getting mad.
And we got 1 penalty point for Fornoff.
There we go. 6-2 so far. We have Logan.
Logan, up 6-2, just needs to explode out of here. Gosh, this is another key match. Like I said earlier, if we can get these wins here. Nice stand up
Good
there by
job.
Fornoff. 7-2 early with 1:08 left. And this is Fornoff. Just needs to keep the pace on him and stay off his back.
Exactly.
Stay off your back. Like I said, you're in every match. Stay off your back. Fornoff just needs to not be scared and work his offense here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just stay out of the upper body, I'd say, for Fornoff.
At 220, these kids are strong, heavy. It's a grind match. It is.
Exactly. And like Coach Ash is saying down there, keep the heavy hands. Need to keep his hips back.
Logan's a shorter, stockier kid, very
Cow
strong.
catcher
and he
here.
gets it. Oh,
No,
he just needs to get his 2.
That's
and
2 points for Fornoff up 9-2.
Fornoff.
But he needs to keep.
We have 26 seconds
Needs
left
to
in the
base
first
out.
half.
Yeah.
26 seconds, and he just needs to keep fighting off. Just needs to keep fighting off. There you go, Logan.
You got 18 seconds here.
16 seconds left.
9-7 Fornoff with a 2 reversal by Pfeiffer. Is there back points given there? I don't think so, but Fornoff just needs to keep his head high, stay out of the upper body, like I said. But that's a great first period for Fornoff. Coming out 9-7, high scoring match so far. Fornoff will defer, Pfeiffer will go bottom.
Fornoff just needs to stay behind the hips. That's the thing that he needs to work on. Just stay behind the hips and break him down.
Keep him flat.
At 220, you're a heavy dude. Just keep your pressure on him. Drive forward.
And that's 1 for Pfeiffer, 9-8. This is going to be a match of who's got the motor here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just needs to stay heavy on the head,
Work his offense. Just keep elbowing off and get to the... just keep working. Keep the action pace up. Like you said, Fornoff's very strong when he latches onto him.
Yeah, and this is where, almost conditioning plays in, You just got to keep grinding, If you can't, you're, not confident with your offense, just have really
Fornoff
good
with
defense.
Exactly, you're right, like what he said. Just needs to keep the heavy hands on and work your offense. Pfeiffer's been kind of trying to shoot some almost lazy type shots here, and Fornoff's kind of defending them pretty well, I'd say, but Fornoff just needs to work his offense. We got 45 seconds left in the second.
When you say Fornoff, wrestling defensively, he is truly a defensive wrestler. He finds the mistakes that you do, and he'll catch them right there.
And that's why there's a stalling call for Green, because Fornoff's offense. But, I don't know if I would have called a stalling call there. Pfeiffer's not doing as much as...
No.
I mean, that could have went both ways. Logan's not taking all the shots, but that's a nice
good
duck
single
under right there. That's 2
Yeah.
for Pfeiffer with 15 seconds, 10-9.
Just needs to work to his base. You know,
If you get a quick one here, would be big going into the third,
oh,
being
yeah,
up 11.
definitely.
Tie it up, and then Fornoff can go bottom.
Definitely.
Watch that arm here.
2 seconds left.
And that's it for the second. We got a 9-10 Pfeiffer. I'm gonna imagine Fornoff's gonna take bottom.
Oh, he chooses neutral.
You know,
I mean, that's a smart idea.
I agree with Ashley here to go neutral because Pfeiffer can ride on top pretty good, and we don't want to take the fall here.
Well, anything can happen in neutral as well, you know. And getting on his offense, you know, he just
And that's 2 for
that's
Pfeiffer.
more just brute strength.
That's locked
shuck by
hands.
there.
Needs a belly out.
Like I said, though, in this
he needs
moment, it's a lot of conditioning, you know.
You got to freak out Fornoff here. Oh, and they call a fall.
Still, you know, close match. That was.
Hey, give it to Logan. He went out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, like definitely against the number 3 kid for Class B. You know, that's saying something.
And you know, I would say I'm not saying that Pfeiffer was pinned at all in that first, but and that's what refs I think refs kind of tend to do is when a ranked wrestler is versus unranked wrestler and he comes up and they throw something, I kind of like to tend to say that they give you a little more time. I feel to get off your back, but I mean it is what it is.
Next we have Hunter Hagstrom versus Trevor Nielsen.
You know, Hunter's back out. Hunter, it's been a
285.
Pretty freaky for Hunter, I'd say. He started off his freshman year as a 138 pounder, and here he is now wrestling 285.
Right, he just got huge out of nowhere.
And you know, and the thing with Hunter has great technique.
He does.
I think that's what's going to make him good as a heavyweight. Is he has the great technique as a, I guess you can say a 38 pounder, but he's wrestling heavyweight. So
you know, he kind of wrestles like his brother too, Zach Hagstrom. You know, great wrestler.
Hunter just needs he's just kind of a little undersized this way, but he needs to stay off the 2-on-1s. And we're out of bounds here.
Remember Trevor Nielsen being 220 last year, right?
Yes, I think so. I think you would have wrestled.
Yeah, I did. I knew I recognized the name.
Jeez, he got pretty big then from a 220. Or he probably was cutting a little bit of weight last year to say. But our duel, we're tied up 12-12 here, and Hunter Hagstrom versus Trevor Nielsen, about 1:14 left in the first. Just another typical heavyweight match right now with the heavy hands and the Russian. Trying to snap down here with Hunter, needs to bounce ahead.
You know, like you said there, you know.
A good reshot, though, by Nielsen here from the high crotch, but Hunter needs to get his hips back.
That's another tough thing, being an undersized heavyweight, you know, that's hard.
Hunter needs to, there he's on his back here. And that's kind of hard to get out of here with all that weight laying on you.
Oh, yeah.
40 seconds here. To keep that shoulder up.
Keeps fighting it. His hands are
in the way. The shoulder, so I'd say Hunter can fight this off for
just 26 seconds left.
There's a lot of time on the clock. This would be tough, but Hunter needs to
fight it.
And there he put his hands back. That's a fall for Plattsmith. You know, and I agree, that is tough, especially in heavyweight matches. There's so much weight just laying on top. Yeah, that's kind of hard, I'd say, to freak out. But
undersized like that, you know, Hunter looks more like a 220 pounder, and 195 than anything. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, and here,
Cale Nielsen versus Dalton Bell.
And Plattsmith's up 18-12 here, going into 106. Now these are this type of matches that Glenwood needs to start winning here, or stay within this duel, just keep it within reach. You know, Dalton Bell's there. A nice takedown by Bell. Bell he was a first-year wrestler his freshman year, and he came out, and he didn't know a whole lot.
No.
But,
he's improved tremendously.
I mean, he's wrestled in the summer, all summer long, and you can tell that he's been working at it, and that's what happened. Just to see the crazy amount of improvement he has made.
Exactly. Very strong kid too, you know, for 106. He actually was a bull rider.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I bet you his grip is pretty insane.
Another takedown by Bell. He let him up here, 4-1. Gonna go neutral here again, let him up. Try to get another takedown. Bonus points is what Glenwood needs here, so if Bell can get some more takedowns and get the fall, that'd be what we need. Trying to throw a cow catcher in here.
Driving hard. That's his kind of go-to, you know. It's heavy on the head and then just cow catcher.
That's another 2 for Bell. The tight waist here.
Trying to work for the fall.
Just keep the pressure on him. He's got an armbar locked in here with the wrist.
And
Plant
there
the
he goes,
shoulder.
plant. Perfect.
And he's flat.
He
That
just needs to tee out.
keeps his hips
Just
back
goes
and
chest
he
up,
tees
chest
out.
to chest.
Right here should be the fall.
There
and
we go. And that's a fall for Dalton Bell.
You know, that brings Glenwood back. Like I said, these are the matches where Glenwood needs to get bonus points because we're now down. Now we have to have a forfeit here at 13. We're open at 20. We're
Open at 26 as well.
I know. So even they were tied here 18-18, but you know it's a tough way to come back. But I mean, it's doable. But just need to get some wins here and bonus points. And Josh Hopkins will take the forfeit for Plattsmouth. And you know, it's kind of surprising with Glenwood. I mean, I've never been a part of the program where we've been open. And
I know. It's interesting to see, you know.
And that's a huge advantage with wrestling, I'd say, is if you're open at weekly, that's 6 points. It's a free pin right there. It's free bonus points. And it's hard to dig yourself out of the hole, and that's where Glenwood's kind of struggling right now is giving up bonus points, staying off our backs. Because right now we haven't had a match that's been decided with decision at all. It's all been falls. And that's good and bad, but it's good if you're getting the falls, but...
Yeah. Next we'll have Riker Chase versus Brock Bashas at 132.
Yeah, and Riker's coming in. He's a new student last year from Kansas, and I love watching Riker wrestle. And I remember watching him in Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
His match was this kid from Riverside. He was very good. You can tell when he was getting out there when he was wrestling. Riker just stayed calm, and Riker gets in the funkiest situations I've seen. Somehow finds a way to get out of them, and when he keeps his head high, ends up on top. Honestly, he's getting the fall. He loves throwing in the grapevines with the legs, and
you know, it's almost like he makes up his own moves on the way. You know,
I agree.
It's pretty interesting to watch. I completely understand what you're talking about. You know, Riker, he's a good athlete too.
Just
very strong.
I love watching these.
Oh yeah.
Him wrestle, especially because he's in the match with everybody. I've seen him wrestle. Him getting fourth at Southeast Polk's not bad up there. That's a great tournament, especially him just only being he's a sophomore. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore.
See Riker up here with the upper body, locking it up. Needs to crank it up just a little more, and he had it there, but good defense there. Keeping the chicken wings down.
Trying to work
a shuck by there.
Get the bounce head in the hole. Stuck him back in though.
That's the thing, and with high school wrestling on the edge of the mat, I wish it was like college where you can get a fall. Well, now you can get a fall if your toes, your knees, not your toes, your knees have to be down.
Yeah.
Inside the mat, and it's not your toes, because like I remember watching you in a match last year. You had a kid pinned on the side of the mat, but you lifted up your knees, and they had to call it out because your knees aren't on the mat. And I don't understand because you're trying to get pressure with your toes. But I wish it was like college wrestling. But some reps are more lenient than others, and where you don't have to keep a toe in, and you're still alive. That makes it, I'd say, could change a lot of matches.
Oh, ton of matches.
Riker needs to keep working on the double leg here by Riker. He needs to keep his head up and
You know, and for some wrestlers like Riker, you know, just starting off, you know, you try to force these shots that aren't going to work. You know, you have to
Yep.
work to get to that position, you know. Find the opportunity. Just don't force it.
yep.
Don't force it.
Riker needs to keep his head high here, and he's got a underhook locked up here. Under over again for Riker, and I don't really know if he's trying to work a toss here or something, but we have 25 seconds here, 0-0 still.
Need to keep moving, hand fighting, working your offense.
And I love shooting kids off the edge of the mat because that shows the ref that you're pushing the pace.
Exactly. Exactly.
Back to the center here with the still a 2-on-1 that Riker has. And that's the period here, still 0-0.
Team scores, Plattsmith 36, Glenwood 18.
Riker will defer, and Plattsmith will choose bottom. Got a caution green for putting on almost a tie waist instead of on the belly button. Riker just needs to keep working in the cross face there.
Work behind
There's
the
the
hips,
thrown
get
in
the
the
legs
legs.
in. Oh, a little too late on that. Oh, gets it. Now he just needs
He's
to
got
work
an
something
arm
off
bar.
there. Just drive.
Needs to get him flat and
That
plant the
point-
shoulder. That's the thing with what we have is if you got an and here's trying to JJ, might get a stalemate here. I don't know. There's kids working out of it. Riker's still in control here. We got nothing. Still Riker. And see, and this is where refs like to call a stalling call is sometimes, and I disagree with it, and there's a stalemate. But when you're on top and you're almost dominating this kid, and you're not locking up an arm bar, you're not doing a half, and the kid on bottom is absolutely doing nothing. Call a double stall. I don't see why the top guy gets penalized for it.
No, I agree. I agree. You know, plenty of situations where I've seen that. I've been in that. You know,
Yep.
you're working on top and like.
Exactly. Riker needs to get him flat. That's the thing. It's hard to get a pinning combination put in already because, and like I said, on the edge of the mat here, Riker needs to locking up the legs again. But like I said, with these pinning combinations, and there's the stall that I'm talking about because he's not returning him to the mat.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, he's reaching above for the head. This is dangerous for
No.
Riker. Know where you're at. 30 seconds left. Don't give up anything stupid. And
Needs to
that's
hang
going
on to it.
let go of base out here.
Needs to
He's
work his hips.
If he can, I don't know if he can be
He's
able to
got
hang on.
20 seconds
And
left.
that's a reversal too. But a stalling call for Riker for not returning him to the mat. And that's another one where it's almost like you got a 5-second count to take him back down to the mat, which I agree with. So you're just not latching on. We need an explosion here needs to explode out right here and get one going into the third so he has a chance to tie it up and he probably would go on bottom, I would assume. Yeah, 8 seconds left.
You know, situations like these, you know, as a beginner wrestler, you know, just working and building your base, not trying to do
Yep.
any of this fancy stuff, you know, just do the basics.
And like I said, and with what we're doing right now, and we decide we're going neutral, okay, but what I'm saying with if he's got an armbar locked in, why do you run it when the kid's not flat? Because most of the time what I see is you got the armbar locked in, the kid's able to work his way up, and he's almost getting out easier, it seems like.
Well, yeah,
And
but
a
then
nice single A here
you know,
by Plattsmith.
in firsthand, when I've done that, you know, you just got to drive. You got to plant that shoulder. Even if they're building their hits up, you know, that's going to happen. You just got to keep driving, moving your hips, you know, and eventually you overpower them.
Riker's got good defense here with nice hips, just keeping his hips
Good
back.
stall. Shove the head down.
He needs to block
Beautiful.
up the arm here. And get around for 2, because this would be big points here for Riker. It'll tie it up. Yeah, stalemate. Yeah, Riker needs to start working on his offense, though. I think this kid's kind of taking all the shots, and Riker's working upper body, but this is a match that the Rams need to win to bounce back from those 3 forfeits. And a sucker drag here from Riker is what really should work. Sucker drag, he's got a JJ
Holding
locked
it,
in.
and
Oh, and that's close on the edge.
yeah, 48 seconds left.
Riker needs a takedown here, and I say his shuck by is working for him. He just needs to keep hitting it. And see, like I said, Riker keeps getting these funky situations, and somehow he's finding a way out of them. We have 35 seconds here. Riker needs to start pushing the pace. This kid has no stall calls on him.
Needs to work something here.
On the edge. Needs to start working.
And up. Just needs to work back behind the head.
And we're out here with 21 seconds on the clock. Riker's got to hit something here pretty quick and get a takedown. And there, right
Good
here.
defense.
Needs to have his free hip in and get around with 10 seconds.
That's where everything counts
Stalemate
right now.
here.
Yep. Still 2-0 Plattsmouth. 7 seconds
He's
left.
got to go here. That's a caution. Caution red. Got to go for it here. 5 seconds here. 2. And he's got a single leg. Just can't get to the corner with it in time, and that's a win for Plattsmouth Brock Bushes. And your Blue Devils, not our Blue Devils, the Blue Devils will go up 39-18.
Next we have at 1:38, we have Josh Colgrove from Plattsmouth. Then we have Drew Gill from Glenwood.
Yeah, this is Drew's first year with varsity experience. I'd say cutting down some weight. Drew just needs to, and like I said, for these young guys, and they have really, and I can say they have, from watching them from the first duel, they have really improved with staying in the match, staying off their backs. Because that's huge in duels. Stay off your back. Don't give up points, bonus points, to have your team go down.
You know, that's the thing, you got to tell these guys, a fall, you never want to fall, like, well, obviously you want to pin someone else, but just in the situation, giving up a small amount of points rather than a fall, that's huge.
Yeah, 3-6, that can determine some duels, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go, here.
Got Drew Gill.
And the takedown here for Plattsmouth. Junior's just working base up here, head high, the tight waist here, the tough ride.
Josh
He's working across with
top.
Needs to roll through, keep rolling through. Going. And that's needs to start.
He's fighting off your back. Good pressure from Josh.
And a good spiral ride here. Drew just needs to kick his legs out. Because once they throw in the legs, I find it very hard to get the way.
Very difficult.
But he needs to keep his head up. And like I said, this is another match that Glenwood needs a win would be nice here to still keep the thing within reach. See a knee slide up here. And we're on the edge of the mat, just needs to belly down here.
Needs to work from that.
He needs to scoot his butt to the back side here and he'll be fine. And we're out here with 29 seconds left. 4-0 Plattsmouth.
Dual score is still 39-18. Gill's gonna go down. Josh working for that. Oh. Drew just needs to keep fighting. Good bridge. Just needs to keep fighting on that, and the time is out.
It's a good fight by Drew Gill to stay off his back here.
Score now is 7-0 Plattsmouth to Josh. Keep heavy hands.
We'll start working an offense here is what.
You get that leg back. Ah.
That two on the edge here. If you can fight that off, I think there's two for Plattsmouth. 9-0.
Minute 38 in the second period.
Drew just needs to explode out of here and get a fresh start here in neutral to give himself a chance.
Just get points on the board.
But yeah, I'll tell you what, he's got a tight spiral right here. And a spiral right is very tough to get out of, especially if it's an experienced wrestler.
Once you work those legs in, it's, like you said, it's very difficult, to get it up. And, with long, lanky kids, when I wrestle 220, that's all I wrestle, just tall, lanky kids, and they get those legs in, Best thing is just to break down again, just keep working, just keep moving. Don't panic.
Drew needs to keep his head off the mat here and kick his legs out. Sneak out the back door, and see if you stay in that tripod. It's what you got to do is you got to pick out the legs, and then you can almost kind of headhunt Night Save their head because they're high.
Heads hanging, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Suck something
you've
up.
seen plenty of situations where they just grab that and they suck it down.
I mean, we've all been caught in it before. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
25 seconds here.
Watching this, I know you had surgery on your shoulder,
Yeah, I know.
Wish you were out here?
It does suck to not be out there, but especially senior season, but, it is what it is. The score, and 9-1 here going into the third for Plattsmouth. This is what I said. If I'm Gil, this kid has rode me out 2 periods straight. Why? I'm saying, let's go neutral here. Let me try something. Like I said, you're still in the match if you're not getting pinned.
Like I said, anything can happen in neutral. You have more of a chance to just find opportunity to catch him.
Yep, and that's where you start throwing
gain the
something.
Points. Oh yeah, definitely. Got a minute 46 left in the third period. Score is 9-1. Plattsmouth.
Drew just needs to keep working up a base here until he can get up and try something. That's cheap tilt here, it looks like, for fighting out of it.
Not getting points there.
Ball and chain right there. God, that's just, I think that should be illegal, to be honest, let me tell you.
Ball and chain?
That hurts.
Yeah,
that
it
hurts.
doesn't feel good. Same with the sladle. I've been sladed before, man, that does not feel good.
Got a pretty tight armbar here with the tight waist.
Just needs to
watch that.
Seems really far back there.
Watch that shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's got him on his back here with it.
Drew just needs to keep that bridge. He's really fighting to keep that, though.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's tight right there.
Keep those points.
That's a fall for Plattsmouth.
Next, at 145, we're going to have Zach Nielsen versus Michael Radford.
Score is currently 45 to 18. Blue Devils leading the Rams, and we'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors: Barra Auto Center, Best Finish Auto Sales and Services; Sharp Street Groomers; Glenwood State Bank; Marty Stavis State Farm Insurance; Jim Hughes Real Estate; El Perton, A Stroke Insurance Services, and Glenwood Home Services.
We're back with Michael Radford versus Zach Nielsen.
Senior for Glenwood. Michael's been in the lineup all 4 years, and he's been moving up from 106 to 106 freshman year, 120 around that range, now up to 145. This is a win just for Michael to get for himself here. He's coming back off a concussion. This is his first match back.
Yeah.
And it's kind of almost like taking a break from wrestling when you're hurt. Coming back, it's
you go
almost
a step backward.
It's
You
almost
really
like
do.
you're starting at the first day of practice.
You really do. It's crazy. When I hurt my shoulder, those 3 days that I've been out, I went to Southeast Folk tournament.
Yep.
It just, you can feel it. The
Yeah.
less conditioning. It's not fun.
Michael just needs to work up on a base here, and it's a tight waist, trying to cheap tilt here for Plattsman.
You just need to build this base here.
Keep your head high, and that's
Exactly. That's one thing that makes a huge difference. You keep your head up. Don't have forehead to the mat. You do that, everything changes.
crossface here. Plattsman's pretty mean. They've been throwing crossfaces around.
I remember last year they did that a lot too.
Yeah.
They just very aggressive on that.
Another spiral right here in this. And that's the first period here. Plattsmouth up 2-0 on Radford. Radford right at the end of that period was just starting to do a little motion and try switches and roll throughs, but I say why not just keep running through that through the whole match?
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose here. Go out for it. A shot in here. Keeps his legs back and his hips back. He's a free hip in here with that's what he's trying to do. Free
Shove
hip.
Good.
Good pressure
Feel
lift.
the hands off there. Try to work something from there now.
Right on the
Get that crossface there. That's the way you just need a crossface hard and keep that hip just hard on the mat.
Right on the edge of the reach for that. That's what they like doing, is reaching for that far side ankle.
Mhm.
Needs to keep him in here.
2-0. The Plattsmouth. A minute 20 left in the second period.
There's a low ankle right off the whistle for Plattsmouth. That's just nothing much you can do about that. Just kind of buckled his legs in there. Michael, and you can see he's able to get a shot. He's able to defend this kid with his legs, but he needs to start working on his offense, get on his feet here, and go to work and get back in this match. Another spiral ride with a needs to pick up that leg, pick through. The kid's on his butt, needs to scoot out.
Got that leg in there. The kid's not really working anything from the.
He's pushing his head down.
Yeah.
Just 30 seconds left here. Michael get a quick
Another main
one.
crossface.
There's a cradle that he's about to lock up. Michael's defending right now. Just needs to break the hands. You only got 10 seconds left. Just not go to your back and give up back points here, and I don't think he will here. And right at the end, he
Nice.
almost got it. But way to defend that for Radford. 4-0 going into the third, and Radford will go neutral. Yeah, this is where you're here in the third. It's only 4-0. You get a quick takedown here, maybe catch him on his back. You're still in the match for sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Match isn't over until the match is over. You know what I mean?
Michael just in a nice high crutch there. Sat him right to his butt with the dump. 6-0 here.
Needs to build his base. Like I said, Michael just needs to find his offense. You know, just
Locking up a cradle
work
now.
through something. Yep.
And there's
Cradle
a cradle
in.
locked up. Plattsmith.
Keep fighting off his back.
And that's the fall
Fall.
for Zach Nielsen. Yep, Zach Nielsen for Plattsmith gets the fall. And that moves Plattsmith up 51-18 over the Rams.
Next we have 152, Caleb Lane from Plattsmith and Juan Sherry from Glenwood.
Juan Sherry's a wrestler out here that wrestled a great kid from Harlan and a state qualifier, and that match was just up pace, high tempo, and Juan's not a kid that's gonna let you beat him without a fight, that's for sure.
Definitely.
And he's a very strong 52-pounder. Just need to keep the pressure on kids, and he's gonna be only a sophomore. Glenwood's pretty heavy on sophomores, and right now at these lower weights.
You know, being Anthony Sherry's brother, you know, he definitely
Yeah,
push
you
him.
gotta be good. But Juan's been wrestling over the summer too, and
Oh yeah.
summer wrestling, it does show a huge difference.
Really strong athlete too. Really good baseball play.
Yeah,
I've heard. You know, just
A shot attempt there by Leahy.
the underhook. You know, work something off of that. Heavy on the head, just trying to find that shot.
A double leg here by Leahy.
See that on there.
Work the corner. That's 2 for Plattsmouth. 2-0 with 1 minute left in the first. Juan just needs to work a base. Explode up here. Get his arm back. Just needs to.
Needs to build his base, keep his head up, heal the hands, you know, start working something.
And right here.
There we go.
There's one for Sherry. 2-1. 38 seconds left in the first. And another
Great
double leg
defense.
attempt.
Good defense by Juan.
Juan's got great hips too.
Oh yeah, very strong. Yeah.
The high crotch there
Good
by
high
Laney.
crotch.
That dump. There's nothing yet. There's 2 right on the edge of the mat. 4-1 for Laney with 16 seconds left in the first.
Juan just needs to
Get a quick
keep
one
fighting,
here.
get
There
out
it is.
there.
4-2. Another shot. Get 2 here. Tie it up nice
5
by
seconds
Sherry.
left in the first match.
Way to get a quick 2 there at the
4-4.
end to tie it up. Going into the second, 4-4. And that's just moving your feet and catching the kid off guard. That's really what that was. Laney will defer. Sherry will choose bottom. I mean, that's a strong shoe that you really had, was exploding off bottom. So, I mean, what advice I would say would you give to Glenwood? Because it kind of doesn't seem, it seems like a weakness that Glenwood has right now is getting off bottom, staying off our backs.
You know, it's really a mindset. You know, for me, it was just the will. Like, you know, I'm not going to let this kid hold me down, you know. Like, you just have to have that will, you know, just that drive. Like, you know, it's wrestling, if you think about it, you're physically trying to hold somebody down, you know,
Yep.
and submit them, you know. And that, to me, like, I would hate that, you know. If someone on top of me and they had good pressure, I'm like, I'm not going to let you do that, you know. So it's just a lot of practice, too, you know, exploding off. That takes practice and time, you know, just
You know, Juan's doing that pretty well right now. Nice
yeah.
reshot there.
Oh,
5-4 here.
That's one thing Juan's doing. You know, he's just getting reshots. You know, setting up shots. Doing a good job with that.
The drag by
Great
attempt
defense.
there.
Nice.
Shooting him
Almost
off
on
the mat.
edge.
Yeah, Juan just needs to keep pushing the pace here, and this is a match that, you know, this would be a big win for Juan. Nice high crotch there by Juan. Just to finish.
To clear that arm. Perfect. Beautiful.
7-4 Sherry.
Still in the second period with 1:10 left. Just needs to work something on top there now.
Stay on his toes, keep the pressure on him. That's an escape there for Laney. 7-5, 54 seconds. Double
Just
leg
needs to
here.
work his hips.
And
No. I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't say that.
I'd say.
I mean,
you could call that either way.
You can call it. Yeah. Like you said, you know.
Close, yeah, but 7-7.
One just needs to get an escape here.
Get an escape here going into the third and have to be.
Keep his head up.
Juan doesn't seem to be having a problem to get out from this kid right now. And Juan can shoot on him when he gets on his feet, so.
That's just a huge thing. You just gotta keep your head up, you know. If you just keep it down, the kid's just gonna work anything he can on top of you.
There's a cradle locked up, and Juan
keep fighting, find that separation.
You only got 15 seconds left there. We're gonna get one here. Into him. There's two. Good reversal there. Just keep him flat here. 5 seconds left.
9-7. Juan Sherry.
Yeah, that was a nice takedown by Juan. Way to ride him out for those last 5 seconds is big, going especially into the end of the third. Puts him up 9-7.
Just needs to break him down to his hips, you know. Get pressure.
He's returning.
Watch out
here.
for that. Yep. Nice. Keeping good pressure on that.
Keep wrist control here. I mean, just ride him out this third period. Get some back points. Be something that Sherry should be looking for, getting a fall.
You got plenty of time in this moment, you know, just work something. Don't rush it.
There's a half. That's
half.
deep.
Way to find that, though. And that should be a...
And that's a fall for
Sherry.
Sherry. It's a good win right there for Juan.
Another good match. That was a good match, though.
That puts the Blue Devils will be up 51-24.
Next we have at 160 Jordan Gregor versus Nick Gill. That's a win for Nick Gill.
That's a forfeit here, and I think that might.
I feel like that is it.
And that's our duel, folks, with the Plattsmouth Blue Devils winning over the Rams 51-30.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is Isaac Bales and Eli Bales. I'm signing off.
That'll conclude our varsity match for tonight. Again, quick thank you to our sponsors, Bear Auto, Best Finish Auto Sales and Services, Sharp Street Groomers, Glenwood State Bank, Marty Stavas State Farm Insurance, Jim Hughes Real Estate, El Porton, A-Sharp Insurance Services, Glenwood Home Services.